Fighting with the swords, gone. Playing with the brain, on. Let's play Giraffe Chess Hattrick League Season 3.
International Giraffe Chess Federation presents Hattrick League Season 3 between 10 Proddatur teams. Hello everyone, welcome to India's new 68 squared Giraffe Chess Academy Proddatur, and welcome to the live telecast of no draws, no resigns, only win or lose in just 70 moves Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 2024 Season 3. Let us watch Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 43rd match between Proddatur Kings versus Proddatur Gladiators. Each team consists of 3 players. Whoever team all outs opponent all 3 players is the match winners. Let us see the toss at the center of the court.
Let's begin with the toss. Now, what's it? Tail is the call from the Gladiators, and it is the tail. Toss won by the Gladiators team.
And in toss, Proddatur Gladiators team, they won the toss and opted to play on black side. And here is the both teams lineup. For Proddatur Kings, Aravind is the opener and Abdullah is the second player, and Abdul Waris comes to play as third player. And for Proddatur Gladiators team, Jay Bhargav is the opener and Ishwar is the second player, and Sufyan comes to play as third player. Now, let us watch first game of the match between Proddatur Kings team opening player Aravind versus Proddatur Gladiators team opening player Jay Bhargav Reddy. Let us see among these 2 players who will win this game and who will do hat-trick and who will be the hat-trick hero of today's great match. Let us watch. Let us move on to the court. 5 times hat-trick hero, best scholar awardee, Proddatur Kings team opening player Aravind is ready to play on white side. Let us see on other side of the court. Best scholar awardee, Proddatur Gladiators team opening player Jay Bhargav Reddy is ready to play on black side. Now we can see both players are ready to start game 1 of the match. Black side player Jay Bhargav Reddy is ready to hit the clock. Yes, he hit the clock. Game 1 started.
Pawn to e4, pawn to e5, pawn to c3, pawn to f6, pawn to d4, knight to e7, bishop to c4, pawn to d6, queen to f3, pawn captured pawn at d4, pawn captured pawn at d4, knight to c6, pawn to e5, pawn to d5, bishop to d3, knight to capture pawn at b4, queen to e3, knight to e6, knight to f3, pawn to d4, queen to e2, pawn captured pawn at e5, knight captured pawn at e5, knight to c6, knight to c4, queen to f6, queen to c2, pawn to b5, knight to d2, knight to b4, queen to d1, Knight capture bishop at d3. Giraffe capture knight at d3. Bishop to a6. Giraffe to g1. Pawn to c5. Knight to f3. Pawn to c4. Giraffe to e0. Rook to d8. Pawn to h4. Queen capture knight at f3. Giraffe capture queen at f3. Bishop to b4 and check to white king. Bishop to d2. Pawn to c3. Pawn capture pawn at c3. Pawn capture pawn at c3. Knight capture pawn at c3. Bishop capture knight at c3. Giraffe to f4. Bishop capture bishop at d2 and check to white king. King to f1. Knight capture giraffe at f4. Queen to e0. King to f8. Rook to d1. Pawn to b4. King to g1. Knight to e2 and check to white king. King to h2. Bishop to f2 and check to white king. Pawn to g3. Rook capture rook at d1. Queen capture rook at d1. Bishop capture pawn at g3. Pawn capture bishop at g3. Knight capture pawn at g3. King capture knight at g3. Rook to g8. Giraffe to c2. Giraffe to f6 and check to white king. King to f4. Giraffe to c5 and check to white king. King to e5. Giraffe to d8 and check to white king. Queen capture giraffe at d8 and check to black king. King to f7. Rook to f1 and check to black king. King to g6.
Aravind immediately moved his
Queen
queen
to
to
g5 and
g5
check to
and
black
set
king,
check to
and
black
it's a
king.
checkmate.
It is not only check, it is a checkmate win to Aravind. What a superb checkmate win to Aravind. Jay Bhargav out. Gladiators team lost the first player, and with this win, Aravind He won first game and still need 2 more wins to do hat-trick and become hat-trick hero of today's great match. Now, let us watch second game of the match between Proddatur Kings team opening player Aravind versus Proddatur Gladiators team second player Ishwar. Let us see among these two players who will win this game and who will do hat-trick and who will be the hat-trick hero of today's great match. Among these two players, Aravind already won the first game and now playing for winning second game. Let us watch what will happen. Let us move on to the court. 5 times hat-trick hero, best scholar awardee, Proddatur Kings team opening player Aravind is ready to play on black side. Let us see on other side of the court. 2 times hat-trick hero, best scholar awardee, Proddatur Gladiators team second player Ishwar is ready to play on white side. And now we can see both players are ready to start game 2 of the match. Black side player Aravind is ready to hit the clock. Yes, he hit the clock. Game 2 started.
Pawn to e3, pawn to e5, pawn to h3, pawn to d5, knight to f3, pawn to e4, knight to d4, pawn to c5, knight to b3, pawn to c4, knight to d4, giraffe to d6, giraffe to c3, giraffe to g5, knight to e2, queen to f6, knight to f4, bishop to b4, pawn to a3, bishop to c5, pawn to b4, pawn capture, pawn at b3 and impassment, pawn capture, pawn at b3, pawn to d4, pawn capture, pawn at d4, bishop capture, pawn at d4, knight to e2, bishop capture, pawn at f2 and check to white king, giraffe capture, bishop to
Aravind
f2,
immediately captured giraffe
Queen
at f2
capture
and
giraffe at
set
f2 and check to white king, and
it
it's
is
a
not
checkmate.
only check, it is a checkmate win to Aravind. What a superb checkmate win to Aravind. Ishwar out. Gladiators team lost the second player, and with this win Aravind continuously won 2 games and still need 1 game to do hat-trick and become hat-trick hero of today's great match. Now, let us watch third game of the match between Proddatur Kings team opening player Aravind versus Proddatur Gladiators team last player Sufyan. Let us see among these two players who will win this game and who will do hat-trick and who will be the hat-trick hero of today's great match. Among these two players, Aravind already won continuously 2 games and now playing third game for doing hat-trick. Let us see what will happen. Let us move on to the court. 5 times hat-trick hero, best scholar awardee, Proddatur Kings team opening player Aravind is ready to play on white side. Let us see on other side of the court, little scholar awardee, Proddatur Gladiators team last player Sufyan is ready to play on black side. Now we can see both players are ready to start game 3 of the match. Black side player Sufyan is ready to hit the clock. Yes, he hit the clock. Game 3 started.
Pawn to e4, knight to f6, pawn to e5, knight to g8, bishop to c4, pawn to d6, queen to h5, knight to h6, pawn to d4, pawn to g6, queen to f3, giraffe to e6, queen to e2, pawn to f6, giraffe to f3, pawn capture pawn at e5, pawn capture pawn at e5, pawn capture pawn at e5, giraffe captured giraffe at e5, knight to f7, giraffe to b5, pawn to c6, giraffe to e4, knight to d6, queen to f3, knight capture bishop at
Now,
c4,
Aravind moved his queen to
Queen to
f7 and set check to blacking. It is not only check, it is a checkmate win to Aravind. What a superb checkmate win to Aravind. Sufyan out. Gladiators team last player Sufyan out. And with this last, Proddatur Gladiators team all out and lost the match. And Aravind, with this win, he won continuously 3 games and did hat-trick and become hat-trick hero of today's great match. And this is his 6th hat-trick in Hattrick League. Congratulations, 6 times hat-trick hero Aravind.
Welcome to Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 2024 Season 3. Just now we watched in Proddatur Kings team versus Proddatur Gladiators team. Today's Kings team player who became the hat-trick hero is Aravind. Congratulations Aravind. He is the hat-trick hero of match today. He all out the opponent all 3 players and became the hat-trick hero. On behalf of International Giraffe Chess Federation, we are giving away 500 cash prize for the hat-trick heroes in Hattrick League. Now, let us have a small interview. You all out with record moves. By just 70 moves only, you all out all 3 players of opponents, Gladiators team. You played the first game with Bhargav. Jaya Bhargav, you out by 41 moves checkmate, isn't it? In that, what is the reason? How you won? Which is the best move? Very good. Then you played second game with Ishwar. Very good player. Ishwar, you out by checkmate. That is a very good thing. Even I too watch. Everyone watch. It is very good game. Then in how many moves? 50 moves. Why that many moves? 15 moves? 50 moves only. It is not easy to checkmate anyone, that too good player, within 15 moves. Then how is it possible? Which is the move that turns? Very good. That is the reason. So Ishwar is the good player. He out by just 15 moves only. Next, third player, Sufyan. Another player, debut player, very good player. That player also checkmate with 14 moves. All together you all out by 70 moves. That is the record in Hattrick League. Maybe next matches, whoever, that we don't know whether they break the record or not. But anyhow, this is the present record. So for that, I congratulations. Third game, how is it possible to make a checkmate?
Sufyan, fifth move of Kimuna Pawan use way of night use Tana benefit.
Very good. So these are the reasons he became the Hattrick hero by just record-breaking moves. 70 moves only, he did a hat-trick and he became a Hattrick hero of today's match. Now let me ask you final question. Whom you dedicate this today's Hattrick?
My parents.
To the parents. Very good. Congratulations. Congratulations to your parents.
And finally, here is the today's hat-trick hero, Aravind scorecard. In game 1, he outs Jay Bhargav by checkmate in 41 moves. In game 2, he outs Ishwar by checkmate in 15 moves. In game 3, he outs Sufyan by checkmate in just 14 moves. Totally, Aravind did a hat-trick in just 70 moves. Congratulations, Hattrick hero Aravind. All the best for the next matches. And here is the points table of Giraffe Chess Hattrick League 2024 Season 3. Let us see what are the top 4 teams after finishing off 43 matches. Proddatur Spartans team with 16 points stands on first position. Proddatur Jaguars team with 14 points stands on second position. Proddatur Chirutas team with 12 points stands on third position. Proddatur Kings team with 10 points stands on fourth position. Each team, after playing 9 matches, final points are calculated for top 4 positions. Top 4 teams only qualify for the final playoffs.